check out the GIF Lounge and the FPRL Discord server. Typically, as you do before you go live, is a really funny fucking meme that you find. And because this is before the stream, I'm allowed to swear. And then we get the professional cap on, and yeah, drinks ready. Oh yeah, no question. How long is it until Trostery or Gary redeems a fucking impersonation? Just one of them will do it. Right, well, on that note, good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 3 of our FPRL Tier 1 Season 7 Championship. We are here at Portimao in Portugal, and traditions are being kept alive because you apparently don't get any game audio. But we are here, and Portimao, a roller coaster of a track, and Tier 1, hopefully, are going to give us a bit of a thrill ride for tonight's race. I'm Cruiser 1872. Yes, I had that introduction written down on a bit of paper and thought of in my head around 8 hours ago when I was at work. But we are here now, and joining me for the third week in a row is Mr. Monkey Boy Kurt.
Hello, Cruiser. A hat trick of comms for me and you. That's the first, I think. But yeah. We're at Portimao again today. Last race of race week 3. I think it's going to be another great race, to be honest. We've got another load of good drivers in tonight, of course, with Tier 1. C. Davies is making his first race start of the season, and we know how much he loves this track, so he'll be hoping to go well. But also, Reese is out already as well in the Haas, the current championship leader. What can he do tonight? We'll have to wait and see. There is no Bourbon Boy tonight, who sits in P2, but P3 is Mr. Object Fungus. He will be trying to get as close to Reese as he can come the end of this race. But yes, Cruiser, looking forward to another good one with yourself.
Yep, and no sooner do we begin the first run in qualifying, ADB finds out just how terrible Portimao is for track limits, because turn 1 invalidations are going to be quite common for tonight, and there is the man returning, Mr. C. Davies in the Aston Martin. We got Reese a bit further ahead on track, and actually we'll jump down to Henkes. They'll be the first one to at least try and attempt to get a lap on the board, and I see Jake's already in with the redemptions. Typical, you'd redeem a cold comms drink but not a main comms drink. I see how it is. But jump on board with the Williams in towards turn 1. Such a tricky corner to get right, but Henkes copes quite well there. Now turn 2, and then turn 3 just tightens all the more, and then very dangerous turn 4. Executed again very well by the Williams driver. Up to the end of sector 1 at 21.8. Not too bad for a first run. I mean, it's quicker than my time trials, I'll say that. And I'm a tier below them. But now turn 6, and then turn 7 following up for one of the worst corners on the game. Portimao turn 8. Again, caught quite well. Well seen, I am a full traction merchant, because you can never get round there. At least I can't. Now turn 9, and then turn 10, tightening towards turn 11, and then turn 12, 13 immediately following right after, and then turn 14 and 15 flowing corners to set you up for the final run to the line. And it's been a pretty decent lap so far for Henkes. Just needs to keep it in boundaries of the track, and that he will round the final corner. A tight line for the Williams, looking to be towards the mid 116s. Almost bang on a mid 116, a 116.502. Good start there for the Williams.
Well, yeah, good start for Henkes, 16.5. Not a bad first lap for qualifying. Reese, though, goes fastest straight away with a 16.1, so 4 tenths quicker already, picking up from where he left off in the last couple of races. And Robin and C. Davis have gone through with 2 Aston Martins, a bit slower than the front 2, a 17.0 and a 17.4. They'll be hoping to improve on those times. We've got, I believe, ADB coming round. He's got for his second time lapse. He invalidated the first one. He goes up into third place with a 16.7. And then we've also got Pines. Oh no, Pines is into the pits. So yeah, don't know why he's into the pits. It was on an outlap, but nevertheless, we'll look down the grid. Raza Gamer in the Alpha Tauri. Now coming around the final corner. Let's see what he can do. He's been saying that he's going well around here. 17-0 for now. I think we'll be wanting to improve on that. But yeah, I have seen in the chat that Raza's saying he's quite liking Portimao. So it'll be interesting to see where he can end up come the end of this qualifying session.
Decent lap for Raza to get on the board. We got both of the Alpines. I think Phenom, Phenom did invalidate their first run. And no sooner as Yorkie said the Alpines have this in the bag, I think that bag has been ripped open and everything has been stolen from inside of it, because Phenom is going to probably abandon that lap and head back to the pits. Shadows said actually just before the race they're hoping for a little bit of rainwind here just to shake things up as Drobo's joined up. So just hoping for one more driver to join up for tonight. You got ads on their lap, just heading through turn 6. I still stick with Shadows though, as a 51.7 is actually looking towards maybe looking towards Henkes or ADB, who's on a 16.7. Junivane breaking it into the 116s as well, but Reese still quite clear at the front, but there's still a lot of heavy hitters left to set their opening lap. But Shadows looking to try and put his name in the mix for a decent start for tonight's race. Up to the line, it's going to be a 116.9, just ahead of Junivane and no more.
Yeah, no, we'll take that for now. Shadows up into the top 5. Good for him. 16.9. But like you say, Cruiser is absolutely miles off still the front man of Reese at the moment. But we have got AMS Drive. And as I say that, there we go, ads. I've actually put on my Twitter tonight that he's yet to get off the mark. He did win round this track back in Season 5 in Tier 1. And for now, he goes up to the top of the timing sheet by 3 thousandths quicker than Reese for McLaren, so he'll be hoping for a good one tonight. Got a few more people coming round. Obviously, Drobel yet to go out. He's just joined, and we've also got Pines. Phenom's coming around the final corner. We'll see what he can do in the other Alpine tonight. And he gets up into the 4th place with a 16.6. Is a good lap from Phenom. We'll be pleased with that one. We've also got Object Fungus, Collateral Ads, and AMS Drive all on laps. However, AMS Drive has invalidated, so he will have to lift off, get all that battery back, and go again for another second timed lap.
Out there goes ADB again, going for another lap. Probably actually think that's their second attempt, because he'd done 2 push laps on their first set of tyres. AMS Drive, as you said, invalidated their run. And as we saw as well, Collateral Ads up to 4th. Half a second though behind Ads, but still be very much preferred to start there. Phenom up in 5th. There's Shadows making his way back in the pits. Junivane going again. Just about kept it within boundaries there. And now towards turn 8. A bit of the track we can make up a lot of time if we get it right. That was took quite well there by Junivane. Now just a remainder of the lap to go. Be careful of the yellow flag ahead for one of the Astons. That looks like... it's going to be one of the Astons. I'm pretty sure that's C. Davies. Going slow there, just letting everyone else through. Pines is on their run just behind Junivane. So we'll stick with the Red Bull and then keep an eye out on the Haas behind for a little bit longer as Nigel. Hoping Pines doesn't damage his car too well in the Twitch chat, but is definitely cheering on the championship leader of Reese, their teammate usually in the Haas, but Nigel, I think, is boycotting Portimao. Let's read a few drivers tonight, as Junivane up to 7th ahead of ADB, and Pines up to 9th.
Yeah, not too bad. Probably got a little bit more in that Pines, you would hope, but it'll take P9 for the first run. In the chat, we've got Mr. Bidley in the chat. Good evening to you, my good man. And also, I refuse to believe Ads has done a 16.5 while seeing 2 lots of his screen. Whatever the hell that means. I have not an idea. But yeah, Collateral Ads up in P5. Not bad for the Tier 2 driver, it has to be said. But he apparently he's 10 pints deep, apparently. So imagine if he wasn't 10 pints deep, unless it makes him drive better. I don't know. Maybe it does. But anyway, P5 at the moment for the AlphaTauri man.
Well, Think Collateral Lads might have found the kryptonite for tonight. If they're down 10 pints of whatever they've drank, to get up in fifth place is a no might achievement. Imagine what they'd be like if they had 20. Probably up in a 1:14.4, but AMS Drive 15.9, not bad. Good enough for a provisional poll at the moment,
Well,
and Drobel's invalidated too.
It'll take that definitely. I think I've caught a nerve with old ads there. He's got 10 pints of Stella. So ladies, watch out for ads. Just saying.
Bed respects for 10 pints of Stella, mate. I'll give you that. See that Raza Gamer just rising the crests. This track is, I would imagine, to be nicknamed as a roller coaster, and you just see as well, you're up and down all the time around this track. Round we go for sector 3. Keep an eye out the Alpine. Keeps well out of the way, as you do, which is good sportsmanship. And now Raza around the final corner. On a 1:17.0, maybe looking to get into the top 10. He's got to beat Junuvane though, and Ali Ferrari. Don't know what's happened with Ali, he's just not had a good lap so far, but Raza does break into the top 10 ahead of their teammate. Not a bad effort that from the Alpha Tauri so far as Phenom just begins their run. Shadow's a bit further ahead on track, and Drobel starting to struggle a little bit, I think, in qualifying.
Yeah, he's only got 6 minutes left. He's running a little bit late, so he's going to have to get back into the pits, get some new tyres on, unless he's got the fuel, but it doesn't even seem like he's saving the batteries. No, he hasn't got the fuel, his light is flashing. So he will get back in, get a fresh set on and go again. Probably will only get one run, unless he puts enough fuel in case he invalidates or has enough fuel for a cooldown. That might have two. But yeah, I'm liking the banter we've got in the Twitch chat tonight. Let's keep it coming, lads. We've got a few. Also, TJ subscribed again for 19 months. TJ, that deserves a big mention there. He's put the good old Bosch in there for subscribing for 19 months. David Lolface, guarantee he's wearing a tank top. Yeah, he's probably right there.
In reference to Collateral Lads, who, at the request of Nigel Piddle, who has now shared that he's been watching 15 consecutive streams this month and has sparked a watch streak. Get a job. Says the one sitting down to do commentary. Collateral Lads, though, at the request of Nigel Piddle, let's see what they can do in their lap. 10 pints down and down in 9th place, meaning to gain a bit more time, and he's up by a 10th. So keep that throughout the lap, he'll find himself up towards 4th place again, actually ahead of Object Fungus, who's a couple of tenths down on AMS Drive. Reese is on their outlap, maybe trying to get a bit of a tow from Pines, looking to try and maybe break into the Haas team and get rid of Nigel Piddle. Because at this point, to be fair though, at this point, Nigel, you did only race one race out of the 3 last season, but you just still won the championship. But the point still stands. You actually have more points this time round than you did last season. So Collateral Lads around the final few corners, and I'm awaiting the 45-second penalty again for doting Nigel Piddle. But round we go with the Alpha Tauri, and is this going to put Collateral Lads? The suspense is killing me, as you can imagine, and it puts him 5 thousandths behind Object Fungus. Yep, definitely in tier 2.
Yeah, 100%. 5 months behind the double tier 1 champion. We need to get him demoted as soon as possible. But there we go. Collateral Ads up to P5. I'm waiting for another comment now in the chat, which will probably come very soon. See how much the lad bites on the bait. But we've got, Reese is on his... Oh, I thought he went out the white lines there, but clearly not, the game says. He's coming around the final few corners now in P3 at the moment, the championship leader after the first 2 rounds. What can he now do? Can he get himself up into provisional pole? With only a couple, 3 minutes left to go in the session. He's coming around the final corner now. It's a 15.9 he needs to beat of AMS Drives as he comes across the line. What is it? It's a 16.0, so he leapfrogs Ads. It's not quite fast enough to get up to AMS Drive. And I think that'll probably be it for Reese. He's got 3 minutes left. He's either got to really save his battery. No, he's out of fuel. So that will be it for Reese. He will not improve any further.
Still, if he does start in the front row, that would not be any complaints from him. Nigel saying Ads probably hasn't had a drink in a long time. Ali Ferrari in a 16.4, half a second down on the MS drive. So I think Ali's got to be a bit more reliant on some race pace, because the qualifying pace just isn't there tonight for the Mercedes. Reese, as we said, is done. MS drive going for their final run. And Drobel needs to get something on the board, as well as C. Davies, or at least something competitive for the Aston Martin driver, who, to be fair, has said that they do not like this track at all, and I don't blame them. It is really bad because of the terrain changes on controller. I'm just garbling right now. As say your prayers, Monkey Boy Kurt Biddley has redeemed with Twitch channel points a Truth or Dare redemption.
Well, I mean,
to
no.
whomever. Oh yeah, like I said, Monkey Boy, say your prayers. He chose you.
It's always gonna be truth, because I'm just protecting myself. Now I've said that, he's gonna probably come up with some ridiculous truth now, but we'll wait and see what it is. Oh, and this Drobel just held up ADB? No, he hasn't. Okay, fair enough. I thought he might have held him up then. But no, AMS Drive is on a lap. He's on 76 thousandths up through Sector 2. So this is to improve even further on his current provisional pole time. He took the last corner very well there. Really got on the curb and really got on the power quickly. He comes across the line. I think we're going to see an improvement here. Oh, maybe not. 18,000 slower, so that is going to be it for AMS Drive as well. Reese is retired, yet he can't further improve. We've got Aston Martin coming around the final corner of Robin. Oh, that's to start his lap. Object Fungus coming across. Who is anyone on a timed lap is the question. Ali Fry, that's going to be it for him. Raza Gamer coming onto his lap. We've got no one at the moment that's actually on a timed lap. I can see everyone's just starting. I'm trying to see who the first person's going to be to come across the line to set a time. As I'm looking, can't quite see who that's going to be. It's, I think, oh, we've got an Alpha Tauri of, no, that's ads. ADB, here we go, ADB in the Mercedes. No, he's into, wow. Now everyone's on their last lap, let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go with Drobel, I think. He's going to be the first person who is actually leading on track, apart from an Alpine. I think that's going to be a phenom. But we're going to be focusing on Drobel just to see if they can get something on the board and look maybe towards a top 5, which they have to beat a 116.3. Not quite a 113. If you'd done that, then I'd be suspected of hacking. But Drobel up to 4th, and you'll take that. Object Fungus around the final corner, up minimally. Will he beat his teammate? And I don't think he is. He's not. Collateral Ant is invalidated. Henkes is up by a quarter of a second. This could be just for Henkes here to maybe look in towards 3rd. And then we'll jump up towards Ads and see if they can beat AMS Drive. But Henkes up to the line and goes 5th ahead of Object Fungus. He'll take that. And Ads is up by 2/10. And this could be pole position here for the McLaren around the final corner, and it's Ads who's going to take pole right at the end by a 0.5 of a second to AMS Drive.
Yeah, great last lap there from Ads. Gets pole position. Wasn't sure if anyone was going to beat AMS Drive's time of a 15.9, but just got the minerals at the end there to get a 15.8. I said it before in this quali session that he did win here the last time Tier 1 raced here competitively in Season 5, so he'll be hoping for more of the same and get himself off the mark as well tonight, as he scored no points in the first 2 races. But yes, it adds on pole. AMS Drive, we always know is good in quali as well as the race, but in quali especially in 2nd, and our championship leader Reese in 3rd, looking good once again to try and keep hold of his championship this today. I think the only way he can lose it is if he DNFs and Object Fungus wins the race. I believe that's the only way he can lose it, but nevertheless he'll be trying to get as many points as he can to even extend his lead, possibly, if he can.
That's always a goal in the end, but Ads, his goal is just to get points on the board, and the good way to start that is getting pole position. But AMS Drive, on their own little rebound, especially from Austria after their retirement in Imola, recent third, as you said, object down in sixth. It is a shake-up in the field, and I think the weather's going to be shaking it up as well. Looks quite cloudy in Portimao.
Interesting. I know that Mr. C. Davies is wanting some rain, so maybe he will get his wish granted, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, I'm getting we're getting drinks coming in redeemed. Right, I've run out of drinks, so I'm gonna have to go and fill it up. But I want one of you lads. What rum is going with the Coke? We've got Dead Man's Finger, we've got Havana, we've got Captain Morgan, and we've got Kraken. So whoever comments first with one of those four, that's what's going to go in the glass with the Coke. So you better be quick because we'll be starting up soon for this Tier 1 Grand Prix. Oh, and it's Captain Morgan straight in there. Right, I will be back in 2 seconds, Cruiser.
I was about to say that for those in our Twitch, for those watching us on Twitch, have you not seen who put that message in for the request of Captain Morgan? That's all I'm gonna say. The person putting in this request is barely legal to drink. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good combination there for Monkey Boy Chart, but I think we'll find out in around 5 seconds. Or rather, I not quite 5 seconds, but 5 minutes when they've returned to give us the review of what was it, Captain Morgan and Pepsi? Something like that. I'll tell myself I wasn't even listening. Coca-Cola, that's what it is. And indeed, Monkey Boy Chart has returned. So, Captain Morgan and Coca-Cola, Monkey Boy Chart.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute myself because I somehow the wire on my headset is somehow got around the microphone. So bear with me two secs, chaps.
JH, I think the drink has already took its effect, so it must be working. And there's a name I've not seen in the Twitch chat for a very, very long time. Dean is back, and I saw in the recruitment lounge. Welcome back. I'm not sure how do I pronounce the name. It's Altedge Dean. I don't know. It's some name, but it's gonna be Dino. Welcome back to you, and Biddle's redeemed the Truth Redemption from Monkey Boy Chart, saying, "Would you rather be in the room with Silverside Boy or Nicholas Sturgeon?"
I
Don't make it obvious. This this sigh tells everything. You've broken someone's heart.
Oh, I guess what way does he mean? Is it just to stand in the room or to
Well, put it this way:
do things in the room?
I mean, you've got to share a room.
Just sit with them for an hour. Oh, well, no, go on. I'll sit with Gaza for an hour. Definitely, I'll sit with Gaza for an hour.
Good choice.
I ain't sitting with some stuck-up Scottish tart.
What? Oh, okay.
I knew I'd get that reaction out of you, mate.
Yeah, it's all jokes. I hope. Anyway, on the formation lap for tonight's Tier 1 Portuguese Grand Prix, we got an odd one out here in Drobel. The Ferrari starting on softs, so I'd imagine trying to make a soft to medium work because the hards around here are brutal. Obviously, Raza and Ali Ferrari are going to just stretch these tyres to as far as they can go, and everyone else starting on mediums, hoping things go their way. But the pit stops and undercuts around here are incredible. But as well, fresh tyres, it's no contest as to what one you'd rather want. But it's when you make your pit stop that counts, because if you pit and get out in traffic, you're gonna get held up. So
yeah,
it's just that trade-off you make.
Yeah, Drobel's Drobel's gone aggressive here. Obviously, he was probably going to attempt to get the lead. Obviously, on the soft tyre, he's really going to be hoping really for, well, I would say, um, I mean, I say that. I mean, we saw it in Tier 3 where a few of the front runners went medium soft. So Drobel could easily go soft medium. There's no stopping that. Some of these guys on the mediums could easily go medium soft. So you say it's being aggressive, but it might just be an opposite strategy to what some are going to do later on. Obviously, Ali Ferrari and Raza are going to play a long game in the first stint, unless there's a safety car potentially. But yeah, the guys are lining up now. Should most likely see Drobel, if he gets a good start, gain a couple of places with the softer compound. But how he gets off the line will obviously determine that, as the final drivers are now coming into their grid spots for the start.
Yes, and this is going to be fun and games in towards turn one, and I think we'll jump towards not quite shadows, but we'll go with AMS drive and see the perspective at turn one, trying to go too wide into a very tight corner, but we've got 5 lights and we're underway. Ads has got a fantastic launch there, and I don't know if anyone else is going to really challenge him, because Drobel on those softs down the inside at turn one and AMS drive from 4th up to 2nd immediately, and there is a Williams going wide. That is going to be Henkes down towards the back of the field, got forced wide at turn one, got a bit of a snap, and is now down in last place currently of our 16 drivers. Not quite 17 tonight, as I saw that Phenom and Ali Ferrari have came together.
Yeah, I couldn't really see what happened. I just saw it as Ads was going down towards turn, is it 5 or 6? But I saw it in the background. There's obviously been a little bit of contact going up the hill towards the left. But yeah, Phenom and Ali Ferrari dropped right back. I don't know if Ads Ali got damage. I think Ali might have a bit of damage. He just went wide again. But the good thing is, at least if he's got no damage, that the guys in front will obviously all be bunched together, and he should hopefully be able to catch that pack up. But yeah, it does look like he's struggling for grip, and I think he's going to be into the pits. Yeah, he is losing an end plate.
He's went from bad to worse for the Mercedes, but so far things are looking up for Ads. He's held the lead at the start and is 4 tenths ahead of the Ferrari of Drobel as we start lap 2, but Drobel is catching up to the back of that McLaren, but don't expect many overtakes before the DRS is in effect at the end of this lap, as Ads, Drobel drive, Reese, Object, ADB, Robin, Pine, C. Davies up to 9th place, avoiding all that chaos, and is keeping himself to himself, and Henk is recovering up to 10th because of all that commotion in the earlier stages. But the field's starting to split up a little bit. The top 6 in their own little private group, and everyone else in their own little race behind as well, with Robin, Pine, C. Davies, Henkes, Shadows and Raza just hanging on to the back of that train. But 4 cars in the pits there because of the damage at turn 4, so definitely not an ideal start for any of them, but still a long way to go. Let's see if anyone can catch up, as we'll jump down towards this fight here, as there was Henkes around the outside of C. Davies, making him another place that he's lost at the start. And despite starting in 4th, I might have actually looked at a positions graphic mostly to refresh my memory, and it was 5th place for Henkes. He was down in last place, and now he's back up to 9th. So he's recovered well as Henkes, but Shadows want to follow through quite quickly against C. Davies and keep onto the back of Henkes as DRS has been enabled. And up at the front I can see Ads and Drobel fighting, trying to maintain the place is the McLaren. Shadows is just going to let C. Davies off the hook for a little bit longer, and now Drobel is going to use the battery and the DRS down the inside of the McLaren, braking that a little bit later as he's going to overshoot the corner. He's just about to get away with it there, and Drobel takes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's a good move from Drobel down the inside, but now he's got to try and obviously build the gap. Obviously, it's not that he's on softs and the others are on hards. The others are on mediums. He's really going to only really have about, I'd say, about another 4 or 5 laps to really try and pull that gap before the mediums come back into play. But all Ads has got to try and do now is stay within the DRS. But Drobel's looking obviously quite good at the moment with these softs. They're still quite new, and he's already pulled about half a second. So if he can do that again and be out of DRS, he can really try and start to pull a little bit of a gap. It also looks like the top 6 are getting a bit, pulling a little bit away from the rest of the pack. They're now 2.8 seconds ahead of Robin. Well, the 6th is ahead of Robin by 2.8 seconds. Then we've got like almost another little group behind Robin with Pine Tankers, C Davies, and Shadows and Razza. I don't know what's happened to Razza. If he's just dropping back, he's on the hard tyre maybe. But yeah, he's getting a bit away from that little pack as well. Drobel will keep the lead, but yet for now, Ads is staying very close to the back of him. We've got a little train here from 1st to 6th, a little DRS train, so it's going to be very hard to overtake for any of them.
And Collateral Ads, at least getting a little bit of merit, a fastest lap, but still on lap 4 of 33, a long way to go for those cars who made the earlier pit stop. As I think Phenom's actually pitted again, maybe trying to go to the end on a set of hards if we have a look at the tyres. No, he's went for mediums, so that might be a fresh wing change for the Alpine. But yeah, it's going from bad to worse, to very bad to much worse, because he is around 7 seconds ahead of his lead group. He actually just saw him there in the bottom left of the screen, and he's actually within range of Drobel. That's how much time the Alpine has lost in the opening 4 laps. We're on lap 5. He's just started lap 4, his Phenom. He's almost going to get lapped, and we're not even halfway through this race.
Yeah, not really ideal on lap 5 of the Grand Prix, but he has got fresher tyres in this lot. It all depends if he's got the pace or not to start pulling a little bit away. And I think soon as well, that Ads and Drobel are going to start fighting again. Drobel hasn't been able to pull that gap of a second. And now at lap 5, those softs are going to start going off a little bit more. He might struggle now to even get that second unless Ads makes a little mistake. Also seen at the back Object Fungus getting quite close to Reese on the main straight, but like I've already said, the DRS train makes it difficult for any of these top 6 to really make a move. Another one in the pits, Ali Ferrari. Oh, Ali Ferrari's called it a day. So, okay then. And yeah, actually it looks like Phenom's actually getting caught up by these leaders. He might have blue flags in a minute, and if he gets blue flags, even with a safety car, I don't think it lets you back through. I don't believe it might do, but yeah, that probably is going to be his race done if he gets overtaken by the leaders.
Yeah, and Ali Ferrari's cut his losses. They're out of the race on lap 5, but we're going to look towards Henkes and Robin. Both of them are own little fight. Robin gaining into Pines. He's going to look for the move in towards turn 1. Down the inside goes Robin, and they're proving their worth. They're back up to 7th place, but 5 seconds down on that lead group, and they've got a long way to go to catch up. But Pines, Henkes, C Davies, Shadows, they're still in this little individual train of cars in this fight for 7th place, and the fight for the 1st place still looking to heat up a little bit, because Drobel and Ads 0.3 of a second between them. Object 0.3 behind Reese, just content to sit behind the Haas, wait for their time to strike. And I think Ali's just voicing his displeasure to this track. He's not happy with how this evening has gone, but roll on next week, because it's quite possibly one of the best tracks we've had racing in FPRL. Slight teaser out the way, it's Silverstone. But we jump on board with the Ferrari, completely biased in my assessment of...
Oh, Drobel's round!
Oh, Drobel's gone! Drobel spun! He's lost it at the final corner. That is a disaster.
Not sure what happened there. I just think he lost the back end. Getting on the power a bit too early. That's what happens when those soft tyres are obviously getting a bit more worn. You lose more grip. He's probably running quite a more higher wing on the front end for more turning as well. That probably hasn't helped either. But now he finds himself down in P6 with worn soft tyres, overheated tyres as well, for obviously that spin. Is he going to be able to pull away now from this pack? I don't know if he will do, to be honest. I think Robin might even have a go at him now and try and overtake him for 6th place. That means that Ads takes the lead back and now has AMS Drive all over the back of him, only 4 tenths back. So now it's AMS Drive's chance to try and get the lead in the DRS zone.
And then there were 5 at the front. Drobel now in that fight for 6th place, but imagines they make his pit stop a lot earlier now because of those worn softs, as there was Henke's making a move on Pines down the inside at turn 11, and Henke's up now another place to 8th on their recovery drive from the start, but AMS Drive looking to get the lead against Ads, and again another race now that Ads is having to use he's actually not using much of his battery himself, but Drive is just content to hold his battery, and he's just going to lift off the throttle that little bit more, just so Ads uses that little bit more battery ahead of him. But as well, the top 2 were actually almost out of DRS range of Reese. So he's got to keep an eye out on that this drive. Does he make the overtake and keep that gap to the Haas? Or does he just, as he's done there, sit behind and allow Reese just to stay within range of them, but it also keeps Object and ADB tucked up behind the Haas? And also, on another note, with Drobel's unfortunate spin, that's now 5 cars, 5 different constructors in the top 5, as there was Robin defending against Henke's. Henke's looking to make another overtake to their catalogue, but Robin slams that book shut. Not letting him through just yet is the Aston driver. Up in 7th place is Robin, and putting on a decent show tonight, as there was Henke's considering the move again in towards turn 11, but he's just got himself out of line and now gets himself back in line behind the Aston Martin for that little bit longer. But Drobel now 6.5 seconds behind the top 5 after that spin, and I think they're going to be hoping for a safety car themselves at some point in this race. I'm just wondering though, safety car at this stage, it really wouldn't benefit anyone there, as I think MS Drive, he's going to make the overtake now against Ads, and he's going to make it stick. MS Drive takes the lead, but will Reese be within the 1 second DRS window of the top 2 as we go around turn 4? And then yes, he is. He's in range. He just crept back in on the exit. And again, this could be a bit of a chess almost forming between the MS Drive and Ads, just to keep Object tucked up behind Reese for that little bit longer in the race, and maybe consider making it a 2-horse race towards the closing stages.
Yeah, that could be their plan here. Obviously, Ads and AMS Drive had many battles for leads in the past. Very 2 well-matched drivers, as there's the first 3-second time penalty of the night, and that's not going to help Drobel in any way, shape or form. 8-lap-old softs down in 6th. He's going to be on the harder tyre for his second stint. And now with a 3-second penalty, yeah, that spin has done him absolutely no favours. And like I said, he's not pulling away from this other pack. Robin is staying with him, and definitely at this point now has the better performing tyres. We'll go back to the front, and his Ad's going to use any of his battery now to get the lead back. Up comes the DRS, and he's looking for it, but no, he won't. He will look towards the next DRS zone. Reese, and he's into the... Oh, okay. I think that's a bit early for that decision, really, to be honest. But if that's the way Drobel wants to go about it, then fair enough. And that is him out of the Grand Prix. So that's Ali and Drobel now out of the race. Yeah, a bit surprised at that one, I have to be honest.
Well, I'm sure the top 5 won't complain, and now Robin won't complain either. He's finally been unleashed from the back of that Ferrari, but still has Henke's and Pines, and C. Davies having a bit of a quiet race as well. He's just there in support of his teammate, but nothing really to report there in that group. And I think everyone's just content just to hold station until the pit stops and who blinks first, because Ali and Drobel, 2 of the big names for tonight, are out on. Well, we've not even reached half race distance yet, let alone third of a race distance. As there's a yellow flag, there's a Red Bull that's gone. It's Julie Vane.
Safety car. I'm surprised at that. Safety car's been pulled for that, and everyone's going to come in now. This will be a medium to hard, I think. They can definitely take the hards. 21 laps, if they go behind the safety car, everyone should now be in. Yeah, and that's what every single person is now doing. The top 6, I think literally everyone should be in here. Even Raza, I think, will be into the box because he's not going to gain any positions from staying out, and he'll be on worn tyres. So everyone should be in here, and it should be hard tyres. Only problem Raza's got is he can't go on hard tyres because he's already used them. So he's going to have to go on mediums or a set of softs and hope for another safety car. But yeah, even the guys that are down at the back, I would expect them to come in. Collateral Ads is into the box as well. And that saves Phenom. That also saves Phenom. He doesn't get lapped, and that means that he can now eventually get back up to the back of the pack and have a chance at least of trying to get some points now.
And looking in the chat as well, Jake has redeemed a safety car question. And the question is, what are your thoughts on F1 liveries for the 2024 season? What's your best what is the best livery in your opinion, and why? If you want to give your answer first, because I already have mine.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I really like the RBs, what we call it, the V carb or whatever we're calling it. This whatever, yeah, the Toro Rosso. I don't know. I like it just because it's gone back to that Toro Rosso kind of colour. I don't know. I just think it's just quite a nice look. Obviously, it's a bit lighter blue than the regular Red Bull, but yeah, going back to its kind of roots from around 4 or 5 years ago. I'm liking that. All the others have obviously mostly kind of stayed the same. Obviously, we've got one massive change with the Sauber, which it's a bit out there, but no, I'll say the RBs. I quite like that livery. Don't know about you, Cruiser.
They're, I don't mind them. I don't mind the Toro Rossos or Alpha Tauris. I'm not calling them by what their new name is. I flat out refuse. But I thought the Ferrari looked nice. Mercedes wins. Mercedes has won the liveries this year. And I'm gonna cause a few stirs with this, but that is one of the best liveries since the millennium. The 2024 Mercedes livery is one of the best liveries of the millennium.
Okay, I'll throw another question back at you. What do you think is the best livery of the millennium?
I don't know. I only got an F1 in 2012. That's why I say one of. I've covered my back on that one, but
I thought the old style McLarens in like the early 2000s was good, with the West livery. That's sort of like the grey and black, but that's like an iconic one, sort of quite associated with like Hakkinen and all that, even though that was in the late 90s, but they continued that livery into the 2000s. I also like the old Renault livery, the one with Alonso.
I was going to mention the Renault from like 2004, 04, 05. Very, very nice. But I don't know. Oh, right. Well, I think your Biddle's punching bag tonight, Monkey Boy Kurt, because he's just redeemed another redemption for yourself.
Do a Shaggy impression. Oh, okay. This is going to be a running joke now, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Well, see, I don't think it's as appreciated if I just do it randomly when there's no sort of incident going on. So, go on. I will do it, but we'll wait for something dramatic to happen. I'll do the old catchphrase of Zoinks, run, Scoob. There we go. We'll wait for. We will rate. Another drink from TJ. I'm getting through this to Morgan and Coke quite quickly.
I suppose while Jake is in the chat, rate the combination out of 10. For the Captain Morgan and Coca-Cola.
You can't go wrong with Captain Morgan and Coke. I mean, Captain Morgan is the rum that got me into rum and Coke, to be fair. So, yeah, no, it is. I can't moan at Captain Morgan and Coke. It is a solid 9 out of 10. I would say Dead Man's Finger and Kraken are also up there as well. Whether or not any of them gets a 10, I'm not sure. But yeah. I've paid 800 points for a Zoinks refund. I am gonna do the Zoinks. Don't worry about it. We're just
Yeah,
waiting for something dramatic to happen.
suppose while we are on the safety car, might as well give a bit of an insight to this. On the Twitch channel, and might as well say it, of course, all the races are streamed on twitch.tv/FP Racing League. For tuning into the Twitch channel, hitting that follow button, on our way to 750 followers, you will actually earn channel points just for watching and supporting the streams. And you can redeem those channel points for a drink redemption, because you want to be nice. You can redeem a commentator's catchphrase, you can redeem an impersonation, that's recently added. And you can redeem a truth or dare to play Devil's Advocate. All of the latter ones outside of drink are in Devil's Advocate materials. Jake saying that Captain Morgan and Coca-Cola are a classic. Not that I'd know because I've never drank. And AMS Drive is back underway. Safety car is in the pits. And away we go for lap 14 of 33. And Biddle's redeemed the catchphrase, which is a bit too late because we are underway again in Portimao. Ads looking to make the overtake, but Reese heckling the McLaren, wanting to force him into that overtake. But Ads filters back in line. No problems there, at least for the moment. But Object looking to make the move around the outside of Reese. He's just going to tuck back in line. And keep an eye out there because ADB looking to make the move there on the Ferrari and the two-time Tier 1 champion. ADB in his second Tier 1 race. Object has won 2 championships. As Biddle's redeemed the catchphrase, I think I have an idea what that's for. But ADB, Robin, Henkes, Pine, Shadows and Raza back in the points and in 10th. But he will have to make another pit stop, I'm sure, at some point in this race. But so far, everyone holding station at the start, and at least for Phenom's sake, back on the lead lap, he can at least look forward. But Junuvane, Collateral Ads, they've all got the same idea in mind, because Collateral Ads is right behind. C. Davies will jump up, but he flicked back towards this fight, as I know some people will be desperate to see this. C. Davies and Collateral Ads going through the final few corners. AMS Drive holding the lead for a little bit longer as we start lap 15 as Collateral Ads using the battery, and he's going to go to the inside of C. Davies. He's rinsed that battery down, has the Alpha Tauri, and away he goes. He's up now into 11th place, and Junivane looking to follow him through, and C. Davies has lost 2 places in around 200 metres there. Collateral Ads 11th, Junivane 12th, and C. Davies now down in 13th.
Yeah, no, good overtake there from Ads and Junivane. Unfortunately for, like you say, C. Davies, 2 positions lost in one straight as now Raza Gamer, takes a dive at Shadows, and that was almost a Zoinks moment, but we're going to wait for something a bit more dramatic than that. But 9th place now for Raza, but as you said, Cruiser, he's not going to get to the end on those tyres. Was Reese? Reese made a mistake, I think. He's got a lot. He's lost the back end. That allows Object Fungus to go through into 3rd place, and he is still within DRS of these front 2. Now, can Fungus try and get a bit closer to these front 2? We know what he's like in the race. He's always been a better racer than he has been in qualifier. So let's see now if he's able to try and make a fight out of this. Ads and AMS Drive, we also know, are very strong at the front. DRS is still not in play yet, so Ads won't be looking to make a move just yet. As we now see, DRS is now enabled. But yeah, he's getting close. And look at that. He really wants to get close now. There's Ads just under 2 tenths there. Maybe try and look for a move potentially down the straight now. If he can get the acceleration through the the uphill left-hander, I think he has, but I think he's going to be a bit too far back on this occasion. Yeah, he is, but he will still make a fight of it with AMS Drive and keep close to him throughout this next lap. Maybe go for a move down the main straight.
Everyone just holding station, but Collateral Ads on a bit of a charge so far. He's now up into the points in 10th, getting past Shadows. He's caught ahead of C. Davies and is still building that gap towards Junuvane. Next up for him is going to be his teammate, Razadema, but Pines right behind Henkes, maybe looking to try and return the overtake Henkes has managed in this race. Not yet. But Pines looking to make his claim for a seat this season. Of course, driving as a reserve in place for Nigel Piddle tonight. But Haas, both scoring points so far. It's not too bad for them, as there goes Razadema using a bit of that battery and will have the DRS to maybe think of making an overtake against Pines, but him himself will use the DRS to defend against the Alpha Tauri. In towards turn 1 we go, as Ad's getting very close to the back of AMS Drive. Robin picking up a time penalty. That is not what he needs with the field so close, and both Aston Martins have just copied one another, which is far from ideal for them. As Addy's now looked down the inside, he thought about it, but I think he's just picking out his braking point, not considering the overtake, as yep, the top 9 now in their own individual DRS train.
Yeah, I think actually, no, it's the whole grid now. Collateral Ads has just sneaked back into a second. Oh, and as I say that, he's just gone out. He's flirting with that second barrier. But yeah, literally the whole grid, apart from Phenom, is in a DRS train at the moment. So overtaking, you're going to have to wait until someone makes a mistake on a corner exit and gets some battery drain to try and make a move. Is now Ads going to have a go at AMS Drive? Look at Object Fungus as well. He's definitely got closer to this front two. He'll be trying to get through as well for another race victory. He holds the race victory record actually in FPRL, as another fact there. Does Object Fungus. But here goes Ads. Now, is he going to go for it? I don't think he will. It's too much of a risk to go for the dive here. But now he needs to stay close. He needs to stay close for the next DRS zone, does Ads. He's gone a little bit wide there at the apex now. He's going to get his special move here where he gets a wider turn in and then gets the power down the DRS track. Will he go for the move now? No, he's still not going to go for that gap. Get my words out, Curtis. The dive bomb. That's yes. What we meant to say. But yes, AMS Drive keeps the lead for one more lap, and behind we've also got Pines, Raza trying to make a move as well, but those medium tyres are going to run out of steam soon as well. 7 lap old. Yeah, soon he'll be dropping back, as well as Genuvain, the only 2 that are on the medium tyres. Let's see what Ads can do on this lap potentially as we come around once again to the main straight.
Yeah, a bit of deja vu and repeat, a bit of Groundhog Day almost, or whatever, as a metaphor for the same thing over and over again, because his Ads went in the DRS window of AMS Drive, and is he going to make the overtake this time against the Williams? And I think that answer is going to be quite a resounding yes, because there goes the DRS and there goes the AMS Drive. Ads back into the lead of the race on lap 19. 15 laps remaining in Portimao, and it's the top 5, as they have been throughout most of this race, just in their own little private battle, and everyone else behind having their own little private war for whoever can finish as the best runner, or at least the best of the rest in the race. But the top 5, and I'll give full credit right now to ADB, as Edo's Henkes down the inside of Robin, looking to make the overtake. Robin on very little battery, so is Henkes, but he's got just that little bit more. Throw down the inside at turn 7, cuts Robin off. Very good driving from the pair of them to avoid contact, and Ads is just about holding the lead against the MS Drive, but both of the Williams on their own little charge. MS Drive in second, Henkes now in 6th, as Pines making the move on Robin as well, so Robin is starting to struggle a little bit with that lack of battery, but he's down the inside. He's forced Pines wide. Bit naughty there from Robin.
Oh, I think that's a Zoinks moment. Zoinks, run, scoop! Yeah, not ideal there from Robin. Outbroke himself a little bit.
Jinu's gone.
Oh, I should have saved it for that. Oh, is it going to have a safety car? It is! And Phenom will come in, but it's not going to matter because the leaders have gone past. So they will be able to all come in. And now, the question is, 14 laps left of the race. It will be the time the safety car Do you go for softs? Do you go for mediums? This is the question now. 13 laps. Remember, you are going to be behind the safety car for a couple of laps, so they won't wear out as much. But softs after about 6-7 laps do really go off. So I think we might see a split in strategy here from some of the guys. I reckon we might see some of the guys at the rear end of the field go to some soft tyres, as we've just seen Junior Vane go to soft tyres. Whether or not the front runners will go for softs is another question, but I definitely think, Cruiser, this is going to be a few on soft, a few on hard. A few on soft, a few on medium potentially. As I now going around to the pits, what's it going to be? Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a split.
Yeah, I think it's going to be just the case of what tyres do you have left from qualifying. Because everyone's ran the mediums and everyone's ran the hards, so it's going to be what tyres do you have left from left from qualifying. But I'm actually wondering here, will ads get held up? And I knew he wasn't going to stay out. I was just like, what is he doing? But will he actually get held up in his grid box? Because everyone's got to go through and get serviced, and I don't think he is. He might just get away with it here, will ads. But because the MS drive is right at the end of the pit lane, he won't get held up.
Ads is getting... Oh,
but
no.
It's going to be close, and ads has got ahead of him. Ads holds the lead. MS drive still in second, but look at ADB. ADB's actually made up. He's jumped Reese, and he's on mediums.
Yeah, this is what I said. It's going to be a split, and look at that. It's almost an even. I think it's almost an even. It's got 14 drivers left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's an even split between the tyres. 7 go on soft, 7 go on mediums. Interestingly, out of those 7, the front 3 go on softs. Now, the front 3, we all know that have watched FPRL for quite a few seasons. Have always been very, very, very quick, even in Tier 1 terms. They could really pull away here and make the softs work. Reese, on the other hand, the championship leader, will be hoping that he can get past ADB. But ADB's had a strong race. He's going to make it difficult for him to get past. Robin, with that 3-second penalty, yeah, that's looming over him. That's not ideal, really. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting. We're going to see all the soft runners obviously pull away towards the start of this last 12 laps, and then they should probably drop back, and the mediums will have the advantage at the end. Yeah, I think the top 3, with their pace, and that they'll probably be in some DRS as well. I think they might make this work. But we'll have to wait and see. The safety car will go around for one more lap, I think. I don't think it's going to come in this late. No, doesn't look like it. So it's one more lap behind the safety car, and then we will have... it'll be 10 laps, I believe, or 10 or 11 laps of racing to the end. If there's another safety car in that, and that will make it even more interesting.
Yeah. Well, we're in for an interesting into the race. As I'm just doing a quick nosy through Discord, and it's saying that F1 Esports will return. Yay! So F1 Esports is going to be contested throughout the whole month of April. That'll be fun.
Ooh.
Every weekend you are doing 3 races for 3 days. So good luck, and God bless all of you.
What? 3 races for 3 days?
Yeah. 3 races across 3 days for the month of April. Because the original calendar was meant to be 15 races.
Oh, wow.
It was 14 or 15 races over a stretch of 5 months. So,
well, that'll be fun.
I don't care. My weekends are booked. I'm watching F1 Esports. I mean, it's either that or Rocket League. We're getting to that time of year again that esports takes off. And because I'm an introvert and I've nothing better to do with my time.
So your weekends are Rangers and esports.
Yep, Rangers, stream and shout at FIFA, watch the Masked Singer for tomorrow night's final, and Yep, now it's going to be F1 Esports.
I can get behind all of that, apart from the Master Singer.
Yeah,
That's about it.
yeah.
Uh,
Don't ask why I'm addicted to it. I just am. That yeah, just don't ask. I'm still waiting for the day that Ali McCoist is there.
yeah, you're having a laugh if I'm doing a Raikkonen restart. Absolutely, definitely not.
I don't know the Raikkonen restart. I only know the Raikkonen 5 lights race start. But we start again. Add AMS drive, object fungus, ADB, right behind the Ferrari, and object not wasting any time looking for the overtake, but he's just going to sit behind again. Wait for that DRS to activate in a couple of laps' time. Pines feed him with collateral ads and punishes collateral ads by giving him traditions. The 3-second time penalty for the AlphaTauri driver. And they're still fighting, by the way. Actually, have a look at that fight because we completely missed it. So might as well watch the end of it because collateral ads on those softs. Down the inside he goes as there's a lock up there from Henkes trying to avoid Raza Gamer, and collateral ads. That's a bit of retribution there from collateral ads for Hines forcing him off. I think that's fair game. But what is also fair game is C. Davies seeing that fight ahead and is going to say thank you very much. I'm going to put myself back into the points with myself. But Pines has made a mistake, and that return to the points is now back with collateral ads. So a good fight there for ninth, but it's just going to cost them so much time.
It was a good fight. I have to admit, I had a bit of a Steve Carell face from The Office there. You know, the classic meme. That was very, very tight. But thankfully, no one spun around there. But yeah, Ads in the end keeps ninth. But we'll go back to the front. 6 temps Ads has got, which he'll be pleased about. That's a good gap to have. Still, him and AMS Drive and Fungus all around the same amount of battery. Fungus has got the most with 92%, and ADB has already been draining his a little bit to try and keep with this front three. But he's doing not a bad job of it at the moment. He's staying within the DRS, and like I said, towards the end of the race, those mediums are going to be better than the softs. So if he can just try and keep within a second of these front three, he could be in for something good towards the end. Reese doesn't seem to be being a problem yet, but we'll have to wait, obviously, till that DRS becomes available. Robin, collateral ads, and CDs with time penalties. Yeah, with how close this pack is, they are just going to drop back massively unless anyone has any spin-offs or any crashes. Still at the front, 6 temps is the gap. Fungus is getting very close now as well to AMS Drive, and will be looking to try and make a move whenever he can. Ads, they're now 7 temps. Yeah, he's really trying to get that second barrier up. It's getting closer and closer, so it's looking good at the moment, but still a long way to go at the moment.
I'm just looking at the battery there. Object is on a full battery. AMS Drive is on 80%. Ads is on 79%. So he's just a little bit lower there than AMS Drive. The Object used a little bit as well, just to stick within range. But bad news for the top 3 is that they haven't pulled away from ADB, who's going to get the DRS. Granted on 30% battery, but he had to really push to stay within that 1 second barrier. And he has been rewarded with the DRS. Now he's got to stay there. And this can really shake things up as well, because Reese and Robin, and Raza Gamer for that matter, who at the start of the race was in no man's land, they could be on for a result if these soft tyres start to wear off in the next 5-6 laps maybe. Because we have 8 laps left, and all it takes is 1 corner to make an overtake. But ADB and Reese, they've got to keep within range, and that's easier said than done against against last season's top 3 drivers in Tier 1.
Yeah, and he's just about, like you just said, making it work at the moment. He's still within that second barrier. His ADB. The soft tyres are now 4 laps old. Obviously, a couple of those laps have been behind the safety car. So he just needs to try and stay within that barrier for maybe another 2 or 3 laps, and then he should be in good contention to try and make a comeback. The only problem he's got, though, is that battery. Look at that battery, 21% for ADB, and the guys in front of him are all in the 80s. And that's the only problem he's got. Robin down to 10%. Reese got a bit more at 46. But that's the advantage that these guys at the front have got. As much as their tyres are going to go off quicker, they've got the battery to try and keep them ahead in the straights. And it's just these three. And as I say that, look at that. He's just outside the second barrier. That's not what he wants. He needs to try at some point in this lap, get it back. He's now just under a second. He's just going to have to try and get within it when it comes towards the DRS zone. The battery is now flashing. That's not ideal for ADB.
He's pushing though, I'll give him that. He's not giving up without a fight as the Mercedes driver, and he's frustratingly 1,000th of a second he's back in, and he's now out of the window, and I fear for ADB, if he doesn't get a DRS here, this is going to be Reese's chance to pounce, and then he can just keep himself within range of Object Fungus, who himself is lining up a move here on AMS Drive, but Drive will have the DRS and pull closer towards ads. And as I said there, Reese has made the move in the background there against ADB to try and stay within the 1 second window of Object Fungus, who's just happy to sit in third place for now and keep that gap at 1 second. But as the top three bunch up, Reese draws closer, but it's not close enough. It's 1.3 at the detection line, and the top three have done what they've had to do and break away from the medium runners. But it's about now how quickly or how long they can stay out of that window.
Yeah, like you've just said, they've done what they wanted to do. They've still got 6 laps to go. 1.1 seconds now. Reese is in now clear air for a little bit at least. And look at that. He's already coming back. He's back within the second now. Well, he's just on the brink yet, and he should gain a bit more time while these three at the front fight. The mediums will start to be the better tyre. Could Reese come back into this in the final stages? It would be a great comeback if he could. Now 8 attempts, he will have that second. He will have that DRS going down the main straight. We'll look a bit further back, and yeah, it looks like the top 9 are kind of all together. C Davies has dropped back a little bit, 2.1 seconds behind collateral ads. I don't think he's going to gain that time back unless ads makes a mistake. And C Davies will drop obviously positions because he's got that 3-second penalty. So the top 9 look okay. Ads will just be trying to keep 3 seconds ahead of 11th, which is Ginny Vane, to try and keep the points as Ginny Vane goes past C Davies. And there's also a battle in front. Razza Gamer and Robin. Is there going to be any contact? No, there's not. It's good driving up till now. We're going side by side down the straight. Who's going to be last of the late breakers? Will Robin get the switch back? He's got Henkers on the inside as well. 3-car battle here. And that makes it a bit easier for Razza. Henkers still holding it around the outside. It's almost contact there. And fantastic driving from the pair not to make any contact there. Almost inches away from contact, but they keep it clean. And Razza Gamer up into 6th place. He's had a great comeback, to be fair, from where he was after the first pit stop on the first safety car.
Yeah, he was at one stage 7 seconds behind 8th. Well, I think he was around 7 seconds behind 9th place. And now he's up in 6th place. But I want to bring the attention back to ADB. He's now within DRS range of Reese, who himself is right behind Object Fungus. But Object obviously does have the much better battery. As C Davies is going for a spin in the background, I think he might have had a collision with Junu Vane, I'm not sure. But it's fair to say C Davies' race is ran and all but over at this point. On that time penalty, I don't see him making a recovery. But we have 5 laps left in Portimao, and the top 5 covered by around 2 seconds towards one another, and all of them on different strategies, different approaches. But how does Reese go about this overtake? He's not going to make it yet. And I say yet because he's got plenty of time to pick him off, but also not much time to make it stick, because that battery, pardon me, to stay within the DRS range of Object Fungus, AMS Drive and ads, all of them are above 80%. Reese is not even on 18%. That's how much the top 4th and 5th place have had to push to stay within reach of the top 3. But I'll give them credit, they have done all they can do, and they've got 4 laps left to see what they can do at the closing stages.
Yeah, when we cross the line, there'll be 3 laps to go. He's top 4, or top 5 actually. ADB is coming back into it, only 6 tenths now behind Reese. are really going to make it interesting in the final stages. But we've still got the front three here, all with massive amounts of battery, and surely at some point they're going to need to use it. They're probably all going to be saving it for the final laps, maybe lap 32 and 33. And C. Davies is spun again, not being ideal for him. Kynes just made a move on Junu Vane as well for the final points position. But now as we go up, down the DRS zone, it's difficult for Reese. Reese has definitely got the better tyres now at this stage, but with the DRS, he just can't seem to get past Object Fungus, because Fungus obviously has the DRS from AMS Drive. Cadders, hello Mr. Cadders in the chat. Who's the biggest fraud?
Me.
Well, no, you've had a race win in FPRL. I'm going to say Silverside Boy. Never having a race win in FPRL has to grant that crown. He knows I like him really. Good old Gazza. He can take a joke.
He's just everyone's punching bag. So I don't see where I'm wrong in that, to be fair. But 3 laps left as we cross the line. Adds AMS Drive, Object Fungus. Reese is on the better tyres, but I think as is probably correct, you can only win a race if you're in first or second. And right now Reese is in 4th. Is not in position to win. But AMS Drive, he's just going to sit behind Ads for a little bit longer as Henkes makes the move on Robin, and that has put Peter Robin's race. Both of the Astons looking like they're not going to score in Portimao. Robin on 6 seconds of penalties. C. Davies well behind the order after multiple spins, I think going for a pride point and a fastest lap as well. But the top 5 still in their own little train. ADB doing everything he can just to stay within range of the group, and you see him there in the background trying his hardest just to stay within range of Reese. But with 2.5 laps left, it's looking very, very likely to be a 3-horse race between those who have been able to store their battery. Between Object, AMS Drive and Ads, who is going to take the victory in Portimao? Because I have a feeling that AMS Drive is going to wait till the very end to make that overtake.
Well, you've got to pick the point to use that battery. If you wait till the last lap and then Ads uses it as well, it could be a bit risky. So maybe we're going to see any. Oh, we're just seeing a bit of battery used now from AMS Drive. Is he going to go? He's going for the move now on lap 32 of this Grand Prix. There he goes, up into first place, takes the lead of this Grand Prix. But on the switchback, Ads has him back, and it's very good driving from the pair. As we now, and I think AMS Drive is slightly ahead, so Ads will have the DRS now, and he's right close with AMS Drive, but Drive's using that battery. We're going to go for a dive here. We are going to go for a dive here, says Ads. Object Fungus is loving this as well. It's slowing them down, and AMS Drive keeps the lead. Now, there won't be another opportunity now to make an overtake until the start-finish straight. So AMS Drive has the lead, but has he done it a lap too early? It all depends whether or not he can defend now from Ads. Ads, 78% battery. Drive 73. There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine for one more lap. Object Fungus down in third is going to have to make 2 overtakes to get this win. So I think it is going to be out of this top 2. Who's going to be the driver here? It's either down to this DRS zone or the next DRS zone after turn 4. It's going to be difficult. I think Ads might be a little bit too far back here to make the move. As I'm saying that, maybe he's not. He's going for the move on the final lap of the race, and he's through again. It will come down to this final DRS straight on the final lap, Cruiser.
That's it. Well, Ads has took the lead there, Bob. Was that a tactical from AMS Drive? He needs to get a good launch here out of turn 4, and I don't think he is. Ads has got the preferred line. But is Object going to take second place from AMS Drive? He's going to line up the move, but AMS Drive isn't going to defend because he doesn't have to defend. And Ads, he's got the overtake. He's just got to hold on now for another 2 sectors of this Portimao track, and he's going to pick up where he left off in Season 5, winning here around Portugal, and he's going to pick up another win in Portugal, his first win of the season, his first points of the season. So he'll keep it together for one more sector as AMS Drive is launching everything he has at him. but I think it's going to be another second place for the second race in a row for the Williams driver. Object will gain minimally on Reese in the championship, but it's going to be one man to take the checkered flag, and it's going to be the McLaren of Ads. AMS Drive going to look for a drag race to the line, but I think the line is going to arrive just in time for Ads. As up to the line he goes, over the crest, and he's seen a victory in amongst the gloom clouds of Portimao. Ads picks up the victory in his first of the season, and I've actually been informed by David Lawface that there's a post-race penalty for Ads that has to be served. So with little knowledge in that, Ads will take the checkered flag, but for the first time this season, it will be AMS Drive, at least at the moment, pending a steward's inquiry, that will pick up their first win of the season and bring themselves back in this championship fight very, very quickly indeed after that misery in Imola. Object takes third on track, Reese takes fourth, ADB, hats off to you, an almighty effort, but just a few laps too much to make it work. Will take fifth. Henkes will take sixth. Raza Pines on their outing for Haas takes points. Phenom and Robin just about gets away with a point in 10th. Shadows, Junivane, Collateral Ads, C. Davies, I think trying to do some donuts or just show their hatred of this track. But now, you know what, I think, he's going to try and do donuts, or he's just going to do 11s to a line. Nope, he's just going to, yep, with flair, C. Davies.
Yeah, well, that was a great end to the race. Obviously, the safety car made it interesting, a splitting strategy, but the top three did enough in the end to just about hold off Reese. And, you know, Reese found it difficult as well to get past in a DRS train. I think if it was him one-on-one with someone, he definitely would have made the move. But with the DRS that Fungus was having, it was just very difficult to get past. And like you say, Ads takes the win on track and the fastest lap and pole position as well. But yeah, good performance all round. He will drop to fourth. No, he dropped to fifth. Sorry, he dropped to fifth. And that will promote Drive and Object Fungus. But no, a good race overall. Only a couple of retirees in the end. For some reason, it's put Collateral Ads down in 14th. But he did finish 9th, so we can count that 14th just for the laughs, but yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it does give the time graphic, so it will put him up in 9th. I don't know why it's done that, but it just has. As we'll look to get the top 3 in for a quick post-race chat after tonight's race, and say that, a top 5-car battle again for the victory. I wouldn't mind that for the course of a season. And next time out around Silverstone, it's going to be very, very fun to watch. Because I'd argue, as I've said, Silverstone brings the best racing in FPRL. I don't know what it is about the track. Probably because it is a racetrack. It is just that good. British bias out the way. As then we'll head to the showroom. Wherever it is and wherever we can find it. There it is. I only play this game twice a week. One to race and one to commentate. I don't know where I'm going. But we'll head to the Ferrari. And I think we do have we have our top 3 drivers in for tonight. And Monkey Boy sure call.
Yeah, your main comms. I'll take P2. Let you do 2 of them.
Fair enough. And, well, we're on the Ferrari anyway, in a line that I very rarely get to say. Outside of second place Object Fungus, it's third place for Object Fungus tonight on track. But I think, all things considered, there's just very little you can actually do because the top 2 were on the same game plan as you at that second safety car.
Yeah, obviously, Portimao is a track that is known for being similar to Spain, just a very DRS training track, not a lot of spots for overtaking, and being third in a 3-car well, at the end it was a 4-car DRS train. There's not a lot that you can do. I tried to be a bit more aggressive with my setup when lower wings, which I think paid off pretty nicely, as I was quite fast on the straights. But yeah, just as a third car in a DRS train, it's always hard to make any impact.
I think in context of the championship, you did gain on Reese for the first time this season. And ultimately, I think that was just the goal to finish ahead of them. But seeing that they pitted for the mediums, did you have any concerns about them towards the end?
Not really, as Portugal is a weird track with the tires, as the mediums and the softs do not give each other a lot. So I was confident with the strategy that the top three win for.
And lastly, heading to Silverstone next week. Still that first win of the season is eluding you, but if there's any other track to do it, I think it would be Silverstone, because, at least from recent memory, that is one of your strongest tracks in FPRL.
Well, I hope so. I wouldn't mind winning a race this season. At the point, I'm pretty okay with my performance. Not really fighting for the top spot all too often, but as obviously the point system has changed, consistency is key, and just getting them good points in is what I'm trying to do at the moment. And yeah, Silverstone will hopefully be a good track and will be definitely entertaining, as we've seen in the last few races always.
And with that, well done, Object Fungus, third place tonight. And we'll leave you be and get ready for next time out around Silverstone, as we'll head now to the Williams camp for AMS Drive. And Monkey Kurt, over to you.
Yeah, mate, Cruiser, well done, Fungus. Another podium for yourself. So yeah, massive congratulations from me, the monkey. But we move on to P2, Mr. AMS Drive. You find yourself on the podium again. A place where you know quite well. Would have liked the win. Made the move for the first place on that 32. Unfortunately for you, it was taken back by Ads on that 33. But we will start with quali. 15.9 for you. Just pipped at the end by Ads. Your final lap, I saw you were up at one point. And then were slightly down coming to the final run. Was there a little mistake in sector 3, which was the cause of that?
Yeah, I just completely bottled my final lap. Obviously trying to save a set of softs for the race, so I only did 2 runs. But yeah, I got on my first run, I had a good sector 1 and sector 3, and a shit middle sector, and then last lap, shit sector 1, sector 3, and a good middle sector, which is just how it goes. So yeah, I just bottled that one. But I mean P2, and yeah, I don't think it cost me too much in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, obviously then onto the race. Drobel obviously making the inroads at the start, obviously on his soft tyres. I don't think we quite caught what happened between what happened with him. We just saw the end of it. Was it just a case of him just losing the back end, or was there contact at the front at all?
Ads would probably be a better person to answer your question, but it looked like Drobel got a swapper, and then as he was holding it, maybe Ads just tapped his rear. Obviously, nothing he could do because obviously they were so close. But yeah, Ads would probably have the best perspective of that one. But yeah, very unfortunate for Drobel.
Yeah, unfortunately for him. And obviously, come the final safety car, I guess it was a bit of a decision to go on to mediums or to softs. Obviously, you opted for the softs, like did the other 2 podium sitters here as well. And I could also see that you were saving that battery, obviously, for the end to try and make a move. Was the plan always to go for lap 32, or was it just a case of if I'm close enough, I'll drain a bit of it and get past at this stage kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, he was getting very good exits out of the penultimate corner. So yeah, saving that battery, softs was just a no-brainer for that final stint for me. But yeah, I think I didn't do the last lap very well. Like I should have gone all in maybe for turn one. But then I kind of used a lot of battery and then just kind of gave up, and then I didn't really have much else to play with for the rest of the lap. So in hindsight, I should have tried to make my stand at turn one, but didn't quite work out. But I mean, yeah, as I said previously, consistency is key, and I just got to be here every week.
Yeah, well, so you made a good fight of it. I think that now puts you with that 12 points. It's going to put you just in front of Object Fungus in the championship. Will put you into P2. Reese still leads the championship, so you're into
he's
the
getting
top
away.
three now. Which he is a little bit, but you've caught him up a little bit today with that P2 regardless. Next week, like we've already asked Fungus, we've got Silverstone at home track. How are you feeling for that one?
Ugh, it's a bit not my favourite or my best. So just get it over with, really.
Just give it a go, yeah.
Yeah, if I can be on the podium, I'll be happy.
Okay, great stuff. Well, congratulations on P2.
Cheers.
And, well, participating in another thrilling race for us to watch, me, Cruiser, and the viewers. And, yeah, Cruiser, I'll hang back to you to interview the race winner.
Thank you, Monkey Boy, and well done, MS Drive, second place, as there's the McLaren. And welcome back to FRA Ads, the first victory of the season and first victory in quite a while. You won here in Season 5, unfortunately though post-race penalties will play devil's advocate to that, but still, to at least get on the top step of the podium, surely it's not a bad result in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best thing that could have possibly happened. I mean, I've always felt pretty good at this track, so I knew I'd always be up for a podium at least. But yeah, gonna win's definitely nice.
And as well, I'm gonna refer to the same question I had for Object Fungus, partly because I'm lazy. Seeing that Reese and ADB were on mediums, knowing you did have the advantage on the earlier laps with the softs, but three of you were sharing that same strategy. Was there always an inkling in the back of your mind thinking, don't fight, or was it just keep in line and build that gap?
I mean, we did manage to build like a 1.5 second gap, but I mean, the mediums started to come back into it with like 5 laps to go, so it turned into a 5-man train. But I knew I was going to be okay just because I had 2 people behind me on the same tyres, so the medium runners would have to burn quite a lot to get past, and then I'd just have an rest just to stay in front. But yes, from lap 20 or 19, whenever it was definitely softs.
I think it really was just a case of what set of tyre do you have from qualifying. But fair play to you, and a very well executed strategy. Right tyres at the right time, and as we head to Silverstone next week, I'm sure you want to at least have a realistic chance of duplicating tonight's result.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, I should be hovering around the top 5 again. Just a matter of seeing what happens and if I can replicate what I did tonight.
And I think that's it. Well, congratulations. Actually, I'll leave the McLaren up on stream. And congratulations to our race winner tonight, FRA Ads, and that is going to be it for tonight's race and tonight's race week around Portimao. So thank you everyone for tuning in and for watching. FPRL will be back this Sunday on the 18th of February, where we head to Great Britain, Silverstone, and you do not want to miss that because we have 3 races lined up and they're going to be nothing but bangers. So be sure to check that out, and also for those watching on YouTube, all of our races are streamed on twitch.tv/FP Racing League. There's a link to that in the YouTube description, and if you're watching on the Twitch channel, be sure to hit that follow button as well. On the way to 750 followers and next stop 4 digits and beyond. And in our Twitch chat as well, type !F1 for a link to our main server recruitment. Complete the sign up steps and we'll get you out on track ASAP for for approaching the second half of our European FPRL Championships. And in Season 7, FPRL, our European Championships, which are being contested right now, then our Continental Series, which will be followed immediately after. round 9 until the end of the season. So we're nearing the halfway stage of our European season. So there's still more championships to be contested throughout the course of Season 7. And just what I'm seeing in Twitch chat as well, we have a Formula 2 server, which, I'm going to be honest, I'm not too sure if there is a race scheduled, but be sure to join that, because it is hosted by Collateral Ads on a Saturday night, at least to my knowledge. And, pardon me, if you're not doing a Saturday night, join that Discord server and put your name down for another race round FPRL. And that's going to be it for tonight. But before we do sign off, our driver of the day vote, and Monkey Boy Kurt, there's quite a few candidates for this one, but who are you going to choose?
Yeah, you're definitely right. There are quite a few candidates. To name a couple, one's had a great comeback from the first pit stop where he was. Another guy is kept with this front three all race, really. It's going to be a difficult one. I mean, Ad's doing the hat trick again. It's hard not to give it to anyone other than him. He's done the pole position. He's won the race. I mean, obviously now we've got the pens, but he's won the race on track. He's got the fastest lap. Can I look any further than that? I think if he didn't do the hat trick, ADB, I'd probably be giving it to him for the way he's kept with this front four all race. But I think because of the hat trick, once again, I'm going to go for the boring option. It is going to be Ads today that gets the driver of the day. Cruiser's speechless about that, apparently.
And in traditional terms, my microphone is muted. I should have ended the stream there on that note, to be honest. But congratulations to Ads, driver of the day. And another win, another fastest lap. And pole position as well. Second Grand Slam in 3 weeks. Wow. Who knows what Silverstone has lined up for us. So you don't want to miss that. Our Tier 3 drivers on Sunday the 18th of February. Be sure to tune in to the FPRL Twitch channel, which I'm fairly sure will be Silverside Boy and Crossgary to go through Sunday nights around Silverstone before the Tier 2s, myself, and be sure to, well, Monkey Boy Kurt, you're racing, so you better get practicing around there. And on that note, that's going to be it, because that has been the voice of Monkey Boy Kurt.
It has. Pleasure to do a hat trick again of comms with you, Cruiser. Can we make it 4 in a row next week? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, another great race with you tonight. So yeah, appreciate that, mate.
Absolutely, and as always, I do appreciate as well, because that has been Monkey Boy Kurt, and this has been Cruiser 1872. Thank you all very much for watching, and from all of us here at FPRL, good night. I might have went into my capture settings below live streaming. Right, we're signing off now.
Yeah.
The joys of console streaming, everyone. I will see you around Silverstone on next